real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining us from. Thank y'all so much for being on the live stream. The topic today is, are there any good women in the West? This should be a pretty interesting topic. We should learn a lot. Shout out to the NTZ crew. I already know they're on here. Jacob Tanjay, Michael Beach of Life. I really appreciate y'all more than you ever know. Keeping the trolls at bay. Those are my moderators, guys. Thank y'all again. We're over 40,000, on our way to 41,000 subscribers. I couldn't have done it without each and every one of you. I saw where the exchange rate is 55.95 at 9:30 a.m. Philippines time. That's still excellent. Now, when I woke up this morning, it was 56.17 pesos to the dollar. I mean, it's just way up there. I've never seen it this high before, and I'm enjoying it. Man. I'm getting more when I do one transfer every month from the U.S. to the Philippines, and I'm really getting a good rate. You know, they charge me for the wire transfer and then a little bit on the back end, but it's a whole lot less. And I just do it one time. It's better that way. There was a tropical storm Florita that made landfall here on Tuesday evening in Isabela. That's up in Luzon. I want to send the condolences to the victims there, because on my live stream Tuesday, a guy was asking me about the monsoon season. And I told him, well, in the Philippines, it's so spread out. It's so diverse. It's just like the United States. A hurricane down in Florida doesn't affect me in Kentucky. We might get rain or something from it. It's the same way here. But I think almost 5,000 people were displaced and 2 people died. A tree fell on one guy, actually. He was going home to seek shelter, and it fell on him. But we want to start this out. You know, when I asked about are there any good women in the West, and then in the description I asked, who's to blame for the state of dating in the West? You know, what part do we play in it, man? See, y'all gonna have to be honest today. We're gonna have to talk amongst each other, because that's what we're doing. That's all. You know, we're not arguing, but I want to see where your minds are as far as this is concerned. Are we putting all the blame on the women over there? In essence, do we have those lofty standards? And what are our standards over there for a woman? Are they unrealistic? I mean, what do we want women to do? What kind of woman do you want over there? So, you know, let's get started on this, because I wrote down here, it takes 2 to tango. And we can't place the blame solely on the woman. Have we become soft, too sensitive? Because I'm going to tell you something. I've known this, but Marilyn just reiterated it. She said that, where is it? She said, Marilyn said foreigners have a reputation as being easy over here. And I can see where she's right about that. I've said that all the time. We make it real easy for the Filipino. It doesn't take a whole lot to get us over here. I mean, we'll fly 20 hours on a plane. We'll spend our last damn dime. As I said many times before, we'll give her the keys to the kingdom and expect really very little from her. She's like, oh, yeah, I'll take this. Especially when you weigh it up against what I'm used to over here. And so what's really going on, guys, over here? Yeah, Mitch, what's up, brother? He says, hit the like button. Yeah, let's go. One Lloyd, J News Network says, good evening to all from New Orleans, Louisiana. Come on, guys, talk to me. I want to get your take on this. It's not all about what I think, because you know my perspective. I want to know yours. Have we become too sensitive over there as men? I think we have. I'm going to tell you something. I wrote this down so I wouldn't forget. My brother was murdered over an argument in America. No blows were thrown. No punches were thrown. They were just arguing. And he hurt the person's feelings, and they pulled a gun out and shot him. See, that's what I'm talking about. We're sensitive, man. You can't say anything to us. And we don't fly off the handle. It's like, where's the freedom of speech? It's time to be men, man, because if you only knew the stuff I put up with, I've got thick skin, man, but you have to have it in this world, man. Nothing's going to come to you easy. Here's one. Kelvin Jones says, I think American women think it's a lot to ask them to be feminine, smile, and be agreeable. I don't want to be with someone instead. Coming home to. Okay, I understand what you're saying. But what about her problems, Kelvin? Maybe she had a bad day at work. Maybe she's going through something that we need to understand sometimes. Maybe it's just not about us all the time. Because this manosphere that's risen up, it made Kevin Samuels an absolute star. It seems like we're angry with the women over there. But this guy makes a perfect example. He makes a perfect point. I've got it written down here. He says, Calvin, it's the parents who raise those girls. It starts there. You're right. See, it's like a double standard. I've got 4 grown daughters in America, and I know when I raised them up, Ted, you're exactly right. I was teaching them to be skeptical of men and be independent, have your own and everything like that. Yet I was going out, I was expecting something totally different from their mother. So I think you're right. I think we're sending mixed messages over there. I really don't. Okay, he said, someone I dread coming home to. So we're the only ones supposed to have problems. What about the woman? She may be going, at our age. I'm going to be honest with you. It's not so much the women I'm angry with or disappointed with. It's my choices. See, they want me to date women in my culture in America. They want me to date a woman my age or, even 10 years younger. And, I'm just not attracted to that. Most of the women my age, see, listen to me, guys. Men and women, we're equal, but we're not the same. We have something called testosterone. And our biological clock is not the same. And a lot of the women my age, they're going through menopause and all this kind of stuff. And, I'm just not interested in that. at my age. I'm a lot younger than a woman my age because it's true. Women do mature faster than us, physically and mentally. I raised 4 girls, man. And when my daughters were 12, 13, and they start having a menstrual cycle, they were so much older than their little 12 and 13-year-old counterparts. Yeah, Kevin Samuel, yeah, he became an absolute star because of this manosphere. And it's like we're angry with the women, but what do we expect? And then we come over here where the Filipina, she knows us. She studies us, and she knows what we want. We want it easy. So she says, okay, I'll do that because that's nothing compared to what I have to deal with over here on a normal basis. Because see, when we give a Filipino more than, when we give her that new life, it's more than money. We give her a new freedom, a new happiness. A lot of them don't even have to work. Look at Marilyn. She don't even have to work. A lot of women that deal with us, they don't have to work. So they say, okay, we know what you want because we think that they're soft. We think that they're easy, but they're not. We look at the outside, that exterior. These women over here are tough, man. They're tough as nails. They have to be to survive over here. So they say, oh, yeah, we're easy, meaning we're soft, really, is what that means. And they'll take it because they know they don't have to do a whole lot to get us over here. Play peekaboo, show us some attention, make a few promises, man, and we buy that ticket and we get over here, and we get over here quick. Cons 2911 says there are, however, the influence to change them is very, very strong in the U.S. Like, instead of working together as husband and wife, why is there a need to compete against the husband? Yeah, that's a great point. It started with, like I said, we're equal. You know, you got to look at the history, guys. It didn't just all of a sudden start. You got to realize that, you know, certainly if you were not an Anglo-Saxon male in America, you were second-class citizen. Let's just be honest about it. And all you got to do is look at the history, the way the woman was treated. So now, you know, they said, hey, we're equal to the man. And it started with that women's lib, which evolved into the feminist movement. And there's so many blurred lines over there now. I mean, I say this all the time, but it's true. I told my wife, it got so bad, my American wife, I said, look, if I wanted a man, I would have married a man. You know, I didn't want a man. I mean, she was just too confrontational. She wanted to do everything I wanted to do, but I can't have children. I can't bear children. I can help in the process, but I can't bear children. So, you know, I don't want to do that. So you can't do everything I do. You know, now that, you know, the WNBA, they're talking about, well, pay us equal to the men. Come on, guys, that's crazy, and y'all know it. Earn it. They don't have to give you nothing. Look at this phone of our helper. Here, give her her phone. Booby had her phone. Okay, Booby, you say good morning, and then that's it. Yeah, see, that's the problem. Daddy. Michael Dawsonville said, we're tired of begging. No, I've got something to do, Booby. Oh, wait, let me open the door for Booby. Come on. Let's go. Okay, well, I'm not going out there. No, I'm not pulling that out. Wait, here. There you go. Yeah, he says, Calvin, we're tired of begging. Honey, get her. You know I've got my live stream. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. See, that's why it's so easy. See, Maryland and the rest of the Philippines. And when I talk about Philippines, I'm not generalizing all Philippines. I'm talking about the ones who made a decision to date foreigners. Not all Filipinos, because they're like every other race of people. They mostly date their own. They've got racial pride. They don't go outside the race. It's just like some black people Men and women, they won't date. I want a sister. I want a brother. They look at people like me as being weak. See, that's the crazy thing about it. Sammy Charles says, I think a lot of American women have unrealistic expectations. Yeah, they probably do. But what about our expectations, Sammy? Are they unrealistic? Is the woman just supposed to be like a robot? Honey, please take her. Is that all we want? She's not supposed to have a life or anything like that. She's just supposed to bend to our needs. What if we're not providing enough to demand that? I mean, if I was a woman, I wouldn't want some man thinking I'm going to bend to their will. If you're earning minimum wage, we're living in the government projects and all that, especially when I'm doing my part to be your companion, to be your partner, to inspire you, to motivate you, to help you become the best you can be. Camilla Cookie, this is my friends. I believe they're from North Carolina. I could be mistaken. I always get that wrong. I apologize. It says American women now are very independent. They act like they don't need men. That is a problem, but in reality, some of them badly need somebody to take care of them. This is a great point and something that we need to talk about, because you don't understand. Filipino women are very independent too, but they still value the man and his role in the house because there's no government there. Remember that Ingram Experience guy came on here and broke that down to us. He said in America it's a threesome. Y'all know what he's talking about, where the woman says, I don't need the man, and really she doesn't. Because the government's going to take care of the woman over there to a certain extent. He's going to side with her if you go to the courts, you get a divorce, all the laws favor the woman, and they can get Section 8, they can get food stamps, a check, they can do everything for the woman that the man can. So the woman says, I don't need you. But over here, there's no government. So the woman says, yeah, I need my man. So I'm going to be there. I'm going to be his biggest cheerleader. When he comes home from work, I'm going to have his meal cooked, because I know he's fighting out there in the street. I don't want him to have to fight at home. And see, that's what I love about living here. And somebody said it over here. I wish I could find it. He like the old-fashioned values. And that's what they have over here. Joe Fernandez says you can find a good woman in West Kentucky if you can turn her out of the Amish and clean her up real good. Do we want something for nothing, guys? Jay Thompson, Cal, you might need to start hosting live streams from the guest house. You're right. Oh, that's a great idea, because I've got Wi-Fi over there. That's a great idea, man. I never thought about that, but Marilyn, she's already told me. She said, you need to make that your studio when nobody's here. But it has like an echo effect to it. But I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it on Sunday. And while you're bringing that up, the Philippine Antics YouTube channel, they're gonna join our panel on Tuesday. Now, this will be interesting because this is a Filipino man married to an American woman, and we're gonna get their take. Are there any good women over in the West? Who's to blame for the fall or the breakdown of the dating system over there? Silver and Black 831 says, I just visited Dominican Republic. Y'all single dudes should put this on their to-do list. Yeah, see, I'm glad you brought this up, because during the lockdown over in the Philippines, before the Philippines opened up, I was telling guys, like, why are you just sitting around waiting for the Philippines to open up? There's so many places in between where you live and the Philippines that are open. The DR was open, Mexico, a lot of places. Brazil opened up a lot sooner. Some places in Europe. Stylist over 60 said Big Shirley syndrome is a force that makes it hard to get a woman in the West. What's so hard about it is what I'm saying. Moochie T says, Calvin, is there a difference in behavior between high and low earning Filipinas, college versus non-college educated women? It really is not, because of the thick culture that they have over here. See, they have something that a lot of places don't have. You know, in America, man, we really don't have no culture, man. It's everything goes. Your culture is your family. You do what you grow up seeing your parents do, really. I mean, there's some culture, but I mean, they have a culture over here that guides them when they don't know what to do. I mean, it's deep, man, and it's good to have that kind of culture that they lean on in troubled times, man. And having that man at the head of the household over here is big. But and that's, I don't care how much money you earn. Because, okay, if there's a high earning Filipino and she's with a high earning Filipino man, okay, the man's going to be at the top. It doesn't mean that she's inferior. That's just their culture. Infinite Loops said, Calvin, have you ever heard of the Monahan report? I have, but I've never read it. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about that. Noble Hunt said, dating outside your race is not weak. Find who makes you happy, enjoy your life. If you wanted to be in a marriage with a man, you could have done that. Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that, but it's just the way that we look over there. And see, when I talk about bringing our Western thinking with us over here, we think that all women are the same everywhere. And so we treat women the same everywhere. And that has consequences. Because if Filipina, she sits back and looks at us, we're weak to her. We're easy to them. We are, man. Look how easy. Look at the low expectations we have for her. I mean, we're turning flips. We're jumping through hoops. We're running around in circles. And she's doing very little. Really. I mean, we're easy, and that's the reputation we've got over here. KC says there are plenty of good women in the West. I believe you. I don't have a problem with the women, KC. I have a problem with my choices over that. I don't want a 59-year-old woman. I'm sorry. And in America, in my culture, they expect me to date women around my age. I don't want a 55-year-old woman. I don't care what you look like. Sorry, it's too old for me. Women mature faster than us, mentally and physically. I'm sorry, guys, but it's true. Alexander Neverman said, fit, friendly, and feminine. I'm with you, man. It's not many 59-year-old women. As cool as I am with the woman that I went to the prom with, which I'm going to show you, by the way. She's a beautiful woman. But that's not what I want to wake up to every day. I'm sorry. And maybe they don't want to wake up to my old ass. But I've still got some bang in my punch over here. And that's what I'm really angry with. That's the woman I went to the prom with. Now, she didn't look like that at first. Let me see if I can find a picture of what she looked like, because she was very beautiful. I mean, she was sexy, you know, as any 18-year-old woman would be, regardless of her okay. Well, you really can't see that. But yeah, that's what she looked like when I took her to the prom. But I don't want that, man. I'm sorry. Hey, Vince. Yeah, Vince Lawson's back. He's he went back home. He's back in St. Carlos City having a time of his life. Yeah, it says a woman in the U.S. isn't going to play you for a visa. Yeah, but she doesn't have to. She's going to play you for a lot of other stuff. I lost a lot of land in Alabama with my American wife. Land that I paid for, by the way, out of my pocket. She didn't pay not one penny for. Okay. So, yeah, you know, it's really not that. But you still haven't answered my question. What do we want out of a woman? What do we expect? Maybe we've got unrealistic expectations. Do we just want some woman that, you know, is just going to be able to push around and push over? You know. Now, here's from the Filipino, May Filipino Vlog. I'd like to get you on my panel, ma'am, to try to help you. I've been reaching out to you, but I don't know. You don't respond. It's up to you. So most of Filipinos looking for someone to love and take care. The one always there for them in good and bad. And we do some to take care, love, and respect our man. Good morning to Booby. Hey, good morning. Yeah, and see, we like that, but you can't get something for nothing. There's a price to be paid, and usually we have to pay it up front. Yeah, flipping the script. Cool. It's going to take a long time. I don't know if we'll be able to do it in my lifetime. It's probably going to take another 1,000 years, quintessential one, to flip that script. But I'm just trying to see down the road and around the corner. Maybe we can do it, but we're too easy. And the Filipino knows it. I mean, we've got such low expectations for her. And it's not that she's weak or anything that we think she is. It's just that she knows that she says, okay, if that's all you want, surely I can do that. Because I'm going to do that anyway and more if I'm with a Filipino man. But when I'm with you, that's just all I have to do. I don't have to do anything else. I can quit my job. I don't have to stand on my feet for 12 hours a day. I don't have to do that back-breaking housework, basically on my knees, washing clothes. I don't have to do all that. See, we give them more than money. In that new life is included a new freedom and a new happiness. Camilla Cookie says, Calvin, I asked some single women why they are still single. They told me they couldn't find good men too. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. We can't put it all on the women. See, a lot of us, if we take a good look in the mirror, we say, okay, does a good woman do I deserve a good woman? Or do I have what it takes to attract a good woman, the woman that I'm trying to attract? Because listen, guys, we don't get what we want. We get what we are. Every soul attracts its own. And you're attracting what you're transmitting. So if you want better, a lot of times we got to do better. But yeah, we want to blame it all on the woman. It's her fault over there. We don't want to take any blame for it. Okay, then it says, let's see. We're spoiled and never really had to work for anything. Was handed to us. Now, I know you're going to say, oh, I went to the military. Well, all that was set up by the great generation, people who came before us. Even if you went to the military and you retired for 20 years, imagine that, man, how good that is to be able to be in a place for 20 years. You're getting paid, you're getting, your room and board's paid for, you get great benefits. Then when you can retire in 20 years and they're going to pay you for the rest of your life. See, we're spoiled. That's the type of stuff we expect. Now, see, the Filipino man, he doesn't have it that easy. He's tough because he has no choice. He has to be. So she respects that toughness in him. She understands that, but they don't understand us over here for real. because they look at us as being spoiled, as being weak, because we've had it too easy compared to them. See, this is when the cultural differences come in. It affects us more than it affects her, really. She can put up with whatever we gonna dish out, guys, because it's nothing compared to what she's used to. Let me tell you something. My son's mother, my divorce had just become final. And I found out I lost the land, the child support I had to pay, everything. Of course, my house, we had to give it back to the bank. And I was talking to her about it. I was frustrated, man. It looked like I was getting ready to cry. You know what she said? She said, "Don't you cry." She said, "I'll laugh at you." She said, "Men don't cry." And I was like, wow, it really just like, I never talked to her about anything serious after that. They don't understand our problems to them aren't problems. They're like, I would love to have the problems you got. But yeah, guys, we put it all on the woman. We don't want to take responsibility. Now, this guy's got a great point. Hot 75 ride, a hot rod 75. So I think the government have empowered our women so as to keep the black family separated. Really, all the families separated. That's what the Ingram guy was talking about, the threesomes. Quintessential one says the social engineering that took place after the generations of the 60s and 70s. But see, we're just being general, guys. Let's be specific. What is it about the woman over there that you find that it's unbearable, that you have to come 8,000 miles? Is it that bad that we have to come 8,000 miles to find romance, to find love? I told you what I'm saying. I'm just saying I don't like my choices over that. Mitch Brewer says sex can be plentiful if that's all one wants. They don't want just one boyfriend. What do you mean in America? I think what's happening in America is they always got the best of the best putting it out there on display. The LeBrons, the Elon Musk, and women, they see that and it's like, this is the man I want. They don't want a guy who is, striving, doing the best he can. They overlook our potential over there is what I think they do. And then when we finally make it, now they want to come around. But see, we don't forget that. See, there's a lot, the next leaders of our society are walking around probably broke right now. They're somewhere, working on their plans and schemes and designs. But the woman doesn't have time for that. She wants a man that's arrived already over there. And so when the Stephon Currys and all those guys, when they finally make it, now here come all the women around, and we expect the woman that's been with him from day one, because she put on a little weight and she doesn't, of course, she's not going to look as good as the women chasing him now. He's supposed to leave and go somewhere else. So, yeah, I think it's our culture over there. Timmy says, so many women in the West are really confrontational. That's probably the biggest turnoff for me these days. What do you mean they're confrontational? Because I know you're right, but let's be specific about it. My Philippine block said, Thailand is looking great. Good luck. Mike says, spot on, Calvin. If she didn't want me in her prime, why should I date her in her decline? Yeah, I'm telling you, man. See, that's what it is, guys. A lot of the women who I found attractive, who I was really wanting when I was younger, they wouldn't give me a second thought. But now that they put on all that weight, they got all these grandchildren, they've had all these broken relationships. Now I'm supposed to want them. And my I got a problem with the selection. I'm not Tom Cruise, but I'm certainly not Gomer Pyle. I should be able to have, and my earning power over there is pretty good, but still, the choices I was left with, guys, I didn't want it. Stephen K, what's up, buddy? He says an American woman would never live the way a Filipino lives. Put an American woman in everyday chores there. Yeah, see, that has a lot to do with our society and the mixed messages we're sending. Like that's beneath a woman. Well, who's supposed to clean the house? Well, you can clean it together. Yeah, well, I just came from a 12-hour shift, standing on my feet on that concrete at the factory. And a lot of women do that now. So who's supposed to do that? Are we supposed to? And then you say, hey, we can't hire a maid. But then you're gonna say, I'm looking at the maid sideways. The Beach of Light said most American women would not make it in the Philippines. Not at this stage. You're right. But this is what we're getting wrong about the Filipina. We think the Filipina is weak. We think she's easy. So we jump on the plane and come over here when really she's not. We're looking at the exterior, but the interior, she's tough, man. You have to be tough over here. You can't survive over here unless you're tough. So she says, come on over here. I'm going to be whoever you think I am because it's a whole lot better with you. And my life is going to be a lot easier. I don't have to do half the stuff with you that I'm going to have to do with my Filipino husband. Because the man over here is the man. He's the leader. And see, if you come over here and you're not a leader and you don't rise to, because it takes more than money, guys. You don't rise to in the natural order of things over here. She's going to leave you anyway. See, but initially we think, oh, she's easy because that's the script. Okay, Curtis said, what's up, Cal? Seems like David Campbell doesn't like you. He was talking about you on his video I was watching this morning. Well, it's okay, guys. Come on. I don't really know him personally, man. And let me say this to anybody that's looking. We just on here having a conversation, guys. We're not attacking anybody. This has a lot to do with, like the guy says, maybe you're instigating. But let me tell you this. I wrote this down. If you only knew how good I have it over here, you would know I wouldn't do anything to jeopardize it. I'm certainly not going to attack anybody. You got to realize I'm coming from a position of being attacked. So I surely wouldn't want to attack anybody, but I'm not going to apologize to everybody who misinterprets what I'm saying. Hell, I'll be apologizing all day. I haven't done anything. I got an email the other day about that, and I went back and watched that live stream like I always do. I don't see anything I said wrong, man. I'm sorry. I'm not going to apologize for something I didn't do. I'm tired of that. Okay? Mo Weems said, maybe an American woman who lives in a rural area in the States could adjust. Country girls used to outhousing chickens and roosters. So what kind of woman do you want? What do you mean? You want a backwards woman who's not independent, who depends on you? If that's what you want, just say it, guys. Don't write stuff like this. Let's be specific about it. Is that what you want? But see, the thing that you like about a woman, you're eventually going to end up hating about it. People say, I want an independent woman. And then after a while, you don't like that independence. Or I want a woman who depends on me. Then pretty soon, she becomes clingy. And then you don't like that. Infinite Loop says, women in the U.S. operate on emotion and feelings Facts and truth doesn't matter to them. AC King says a young black guy I worked with recently got divorced. His black wife left him for an old rich white guy. It really messed him up. I advised him to take a trip to the Philippines to get over it. You know, we've got the Filipino messed up, really, guys. We don't know her. We need to get to know her. Don't go by what people are telling you. Come over here and figure it out. Because she's like a lot of, they're really women. You know, people always say, yeah, women are the same around the world. Yeah, they need love. They need attention. They need affection. But that's about it. She has her own ways over here, her own mores and values and everything over here that we need to get to learn, because they know we're easy, guys, and they take advantage of that. We're very easy. We're very spoiled, and whatever we can dish out, she can take it. And she's, you know, she says, okay. And I'm talking about not all Filipinos. I'm talking about the ones who choose to date foreigners. And they say, okay, sure. Is that all you got? Because I want that new freedom and new happiness that comes along with the new life. I'm tired of sitting on that little 6-inch stool washing clothes all day, then hanging them on the line, then cleaning the house with a wash rag. They don't use a mop. They use a wash rag on the floor. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of cooking, you know, on the fire outside with the charcoal and the smoke everywhere. So come on over here if you think I'm weak. If you think I'm, what's that word, guys, where, you know, we use submissive. That's what they want us to think, man. They're submissive to an end. Adam Chenoweth says, strong and independent is fine. It's the attitude. Women act like they're boss of everyone and everything. They got to stop with the screaming and yelling. I agree. I was watching something that came across my news feed on Yahoo. It says, Clinton's daughter, what's her name? Chelsea Clinton, has stopped. You see, this is stuff what I don't like in America. You know, some council society. Oh, she says, I took Kanye West's music out of my workout routine because I'm appalled at the way he treats women. Right? I'm saying, lady, please. That's a double standard. What about your father and the way he treated your own damn mother? But see, this is the attitude I don't like. Like, who are you, lady, to say that? That's what pisses me off. He says an independent woman is displaying masculine traits. I think we all want to be appreciated. Is that right, guys? You know, don't take me for granted. I don't care if you're Filipino, American, Chinese, Brazilian, Mexican, Cuban. Just appreciate what I'm doing. Just show me a little appreciation. That goes a long way. And I think that's what's going on in America. When I left anyway in 2018, everything was just taken for granted, man. Listen, I worked my fingers to the bone. Even though I was an insurance agent and I made it look easy, I pulled us out of the mud, man. Don't you know, this woman didn't appreciate it. I mean, it was the opposite, man. I come home and she giving me the 411. Oh, you think you all that now because you wearing a suit. I'm like, I got to wear a suit. What if I knock on these people's door out here in Eastern Kentucky, the rural Appalachia, with a polo shirt and a pair of khakis on? You think they're going to take me serious? You think they're going to let me in their house? You know, everything I'm doing for us. But she didn't get it. It's like, oh, you're supposed to do it. You're the man of the house. Okay, then if I'm the man of the house, you know, make love to me at night. I shouldn't have to beg you then. Mo said, I've traveled 8,000 miles to meet her, and I'll do it again and again. She comes in colors everywhere. She parts her hair. She's like a rainbow. Yeah, see, because that's what you're intelligent. You know what you want. You know what you're looking for. A lot of guys watching here, they can't tell me the type of woman they want. They keep making these generalities. What do you want of a woman? Do you want somebody you can just push around all day? I mean, do you want, see, it's like the woman there, she wants the perfect man. Do we want the perfect woman, guys? It's not her fault all the way. We can't put it all on the woman. Okay, do we have unrealistic expectations of the woman over there? Why should a 25-year-old woman, and like Alex Neverman says, fit, feminine, and what else did he say? Whatever. Should she be throwing herself all on us? You get what you are. We don't get what we want. We get what we are. So we got to look at ourselves first, because every soul attracts its own. What you transmitting out there, that's what's coming back. Okay, now Robert Dane makes a good point here. He says, there's no life left anymore in America. The women barely have time to stop at Whole Foods to pick up a dinner to go. Okay, now, is that her fault or society's fault, where it's so expensive over there? And then a lot of us, we don't have the capacity to earn the kind of money that will allow her to stay at home. All right. And then I don't know if you really want that. We say we want a stay at home woman. She's the one going to get on your nerves all the time and, nitpick you to death because she got all this time on her hands. And a lot of times we make that mistake over here. The Filipina, she likes her job, even though it don't pay a whole lot. It gives her some type of purpose. It gives her life some meaning. But when we get over here, we want to rescue her. You don't have to work anymore. Now she's managing all this time that she's not used to managing. She's becoming unhappy. You become her life, and then you become like unhappy. So yeah, appreciation, is a good thing. Neil Ramrattan, this is true. He said, gentlemen, there are many, many countries where more traditional values are still prevalent. Do your research. For us, Neil, the Philippines checks all the boxes because of the language, and we have America anyway. We have a history with the Philippines. They know us. We got a relationship that goes way back. And we're willing to put up with whatever it is we have to put up with over here. Just like she says, hey, I'll put up with whatever you dish out versus the Filipino man. We say the same thing with her versus the woman. We say, okay, I don't care what, you can't do any more than what my woman in America is going to do. Then you're going to give me the oil change and the lube job anytime I want. So, hey, okay, let's get it on then. Let's tango, because it takes two to tango. I just don't want to blame the woman all the time. And then, we complain and don't want to do anything about it. But what are you doing? What are you doing about it? Willie Hernandez said, hey, Calvin, everyone has their taste in women. Some would like to meet a provincial woman and some would like to meet a city woman. There are so many choices. Just respect the women you meet in the Philippines. That's right. But we're saying, why should we have to come 8,000 miles to find romance, Willie? What's going on over there that make men go so far out like that? Is there, what's really going on? Who's to blame for that? Is it the government? Is it society? Is it the man? Is it the woman? Everybody plays a part. What is it? We want to know. And I think he's got it it's a slave life in the U.S. See, you know, we made it to the point where the man and the woman has to work. And we have to work long hours. And, you know, sometimes she works first and you work second. I don't know how we make that work, but somehow we do it. Just the stress and strain of that rat race and hamster wheel over there. I don't know how people are able to even stay married. Yeah, thanks, Moochie T, you know. Aki Zale says, hey, Will Sutton, why do you like someone with fake hair if you can find someone with long hair? And I think that's what a lot of us have to do with, a lot of us, like me, see, I was telling Marilyn the other day, it's one of the reasons I like her. There's nothing, she doesn't wear fake nails, fake eyebrows, for fake eyelashes, rather, because her eyebrows are the only thing that they color in over here. But that's nothing. Hell, even if she didn't wear it, I wouldn't. She's more natural, and I like a natural woman. I wouldn't mind a woman in America who didn't have all. I think it's so unattractive to me with all them long fake nails. Them, you know, my daughter, my second oldest daughter, she wears these damn eyelashes. I'm like, you don't need that. You're beautiful already. And then they buy all this so expensive long ass hair that looks, why don't you wear your natural hair? You know, your beauty's going to shine from within anyway. I find that unattractive. He said, Calvin, I think comments are being skipped over somehow. No, it's not somehow. I tell you how they are, Neil. If you're sitting over here, we got 243 people watching this, and probably 3 times as many comments over here. Do you really think I can answer every comment, Neil? Come on, Neil. I think you're more intelligent than that, based on your answers, your comments today. Okay, Michael Dorsonville says, we want a woman that's going to act like a woman. Simple as that. Okay, so what's a woman supposed to act like, Mike? That's what I'm saying. You're being too general. Do you want your woman to wear mini skirts and booty shorts and skinny jeans all day? Is that what being a woman's like? I don't understand it. What do you mean? You want a woman to act like a woman. Don't make me roll out of it. Good to see you, buddy. Haven't seen you in a while. He says, American women wants to be equal to a man, which we are equal. Okay, but we're not the same. A woman will never be equal as a man, nor can a man be equal to a woman. In other words, each gender has its defined roles in nature. Lines are blurred. Yeah, I agree with you. You know, but we are equal. We should have equal rights, equal access, and all of that, right? But we're not the same. Men and women are not the same, and I think that's where we, run off the tracks. Yeah, we do that every Tuesday, Steve. Not every week. These guys they have their own life. Stephen K says, where's James been? And Fred, them need to be on the panel again. Yeah, they'll be on that Tuesday. Hey, you dirty puppy. Congratulations on that house. You broke ground on your new house over here in St. Carlos City. I saw that on Rock Engineers Facebook page. Man, your wife looked really, really happy. I'm jealous too, because they didn't do that for me. They didn't have, they really had a ceremony over here for your family, and they didn't do that for me. I'm gonna have to talk to Arthur about that. But he says, thanks for the super chat. He said, there's a rumor in St. Carlos City that good things are going to happen for your channel soon with the local city and government officials. Just giving you a heads up, my friend. Hey, thank you, man, for that heads up. You know, if that happens, man, I would appreciate it. But you know what? It doesn't even. They don't owe me anything, you dirty puppy. But yeah, I want to congratulate you again because it's really, really a big deal what you did, man. And they laid it out. Y'all had the hard hats, the shovels, the stakes, and everything. And we didn't have nothing. Hey, Camilla Cookie, thank you so much for the super sticker. They didn't. Yeah, they really did they really had a ceremony, man. I think they did that for Rock Harmon too. But I guess since I was the first one, I don't know. Edwin Thomas Sr. says, Calvin, I'll be leaving Cincinnati September 9th, rolling out to Lady to the crib, bro. Hey, man. Holler at me, man, if you ever see Lady's a whole different island. Then you got Cebu. Then you can come on over here to Negros Island. But yeah, I like Lady. Be careful. What part of Lady? Because man, parts of Lady is Typhoon Alley, man. You gotta be careful. Stylish over 60 says, I want a woman who's a lady in the streets and a freak in the sheets. Yeah, enough said. Well, see, that's one thing that I can say the Filipina is. When you see her out there, she puts on this persona of just being a lady, and not one hair is out of place. The clothes are, neat, but you get her behind closed doors and she's that freak, man. And, they just don't have a problem being feminine. And that's what I like. See, that's what I like. I like a feminine woman who's not trying to do everything I do. They tried that women's football league. It didn't work, man, But hell, they're going to get a woman in the NFL pretty soon as a kicker or something like that. You watch what I tell you guys, it's just, I don't know, it's crazy, man. It's just, you don't have to do everything we do to be equal. This is what's driving me crazy over there. Vince Lawson said, honestly speaking, what if you don't know what you want, but you know you tired of what you had? Even now, you're not with the woman you originally met. I think it just takes time. Well, but I know what I want. Every woman that I've had was what I wanted. Sometimes things just don't work out. But I know what I want in a woman. I don't want a 59-year-old, and I certainly know what I don't want. I don't want a 59-year-old. But yeah, you got to know what you want, because how are you going to ever end up with it, Vince? If you don't know what you want, you're going to just keep bouncing around. A lot of what's going to happen over here with us is cultural differences is going to somehow raise its head over here, because it's very few men that live over here that I know that actually live here are with the same woman that they initially met. And I don't know why that is, but I think it has a lot to do with the culture and the fact that the Filipino says, okay, I'm going to be whoever you want me to be to get you to come over here. Then eventually her true self comes out and it doesn't work. But yeah, you have to know what you want, Vince, in life in general. But you're so young. See, you don't realize that. That's why you're bouncing around and doing things, and that's okay. It's a learning process. But I'm tired of backing into jobs and backing into relationships. Raise your hand if you intentionally went to school and studied for a position and you went out and you got it. You're very rare for that. Most of us are working at the factory or wherever we're working because somebody said, hey, they hiring down the street, and you went and backing into a job, or somebody introduced you, to their sister or the girlfriend's sister or something like that. Hey, Seabreeze TV says, hey, Mr. Seabreeze is here. I will be in the Philippines September 17th. Can't wait. That's right around the corner, brother. Yeah, that's less than a month away. Will Sutton says, I think the man just wants some respect at home and let him lead as head of house, being a provider and protector. Okay, yeah, I can agree with that, but so what does that mean? That the woman's supposed to bend to your every will if you're earning minimum wage? Don't we have to earn that some kind of way, will? I think we do have to earn that. This is James right here. I asked him to be on the channel, panel Tuesday. He said he's been kind of busy, but he said he'll try to get on here. He said, I've got a lot of programs that's been keeping me very busy. How's it going, brother? Hey, man, you know I'm your biggest fan. He sends me his works just about whenever he gets them done, man. He's got some stuff. I'm going to put it in one of my inspirational videos. It's just going to be all his work that he sent me. If there's enough for 1 minute there. I mean, this guy, if ever he gets this Elvis, because he's working on it now. I told him, I said, look, you right there in Memphis, you have to make an Elvis masking tape model. You'll be famous if you do. You'll be rich if you do that, James. You don't understand. People are crazy about Elvis. I've got a client that lives in Winchester, Kentucky. She has a whole room in her house, nothing but Elvis memorabilia. I'm talking about from top to bottom, all the walls, the tables, everything is Elvis. And she's proud of that. Hey, Steve Kemp, thanks for that super sticker. Terracina Drive says, hey, Calvin, I just watched the other channel. It's a very touching story of yourself, man. Thank you, brother. You know, I put my life out there, man, because we living in a real world. And if what I went through can help somebody, that's all we're trying to do. That's what that other channel, Miracles Waiting to Happen, is all about. To inspire people. We can't motivate you. Money motivates me. A nice house motivates me. Beautiful women motivate me. Being happy, that sort of thing will motivate you. But you can be inspired by other people. And I'm glad you brought that up, because coming up on the Miracles Waiting to Happen, me and Merlin, we're going to talk about our keys to a happy relationship in the Philippines. But trust me, guys, it's going to be different. It's not going to be your conventional run-of-the-mill. You see these guys with a woman sitting by them, and it's not going to be that. You're going to enjoy it. It's going to be something different. But we're just trying to share our experiences that maybe they can help somebody. You know, talk about the differences, the things we have in common, you know, the stereotypes and all of that. Ron says it's too many tatting up and too feminist in the Southwest. The U.S. is going down the drain. I'm headed to the Philippines to meet my Filipino and check it out, so I want to stay there permanent. You know, you're going to get a big surprise. They're tatting up over here, too. I'm talking about regular women. They got their whole arms and legs. I never saw that, but it is, you know. And that's that freedom that we're talking about over here. John Gomez says, you dirty puppy, congratulations. Yeah, he's building, man, a nice house. And it's in that ritzy area over there, South Villa, you know, because, you know, he's one of those guys, man, he's done well for himself over there. He says, Event Lawson is real, truth, and humble. Yeah, but as you get older, man, you want to know what you want, how you going to have it. You got, you know, Napoleon Hill says you have to have a definite purpose. And I believe it. That's the reason I bounced around for so long. But once I zeroed in on something definite, man, my life took on a whole new meaning. It's just like a river, man, that's flowing. If there's no outlets or inlets or anything, man, it's rolling. But the minute you get all these different distractions and stuff going on in your life, you're trying to do this over here, doing that over there, it ain't going to work. Oh, yeah, to Cloven. Yeah, see. Yeah, you better check the weather there. I'm pretty sure you've been there already, but that's where Typhoon Yolanda surfaced and killed a lot of people, but not as many as eventually died. A lot of them died from that water surge. They had a surge that killed most of the people. The typhoon had gone on, but then the way to Cloven is built, I went there. I extended one time there. I was staying in Ormond City, and the guy said it's cheap, it's quicker to go to Cloven, and there's nobody in the immigration office than going all the way back to Cebu. So I said, okay. And I went there, man. It's level, it's at sea level. You're riding in the damn tricycle, you look over and there's a damn ocean. And you know, what happened was after it was over with, people were going through their, you know, what was left of their belongings. And man, here comes this water surge. And I know what you heard on the news. They said about 7,000 people died. But if you talk to those locals, which I did, they said, man, like between 20 and 25,000 people died. They said, wasn't anybody in that city that wasn't affected by that. Somebody lost somebody. You can go on YouTube right now, just some touching videos, man. One man, he tried his best, actual footage, holding on to his kids that are on by a tree, man, and the water just snatched the kids out of his arms. He lost 3 children, man. Gary T said, what made you decide to get a second child, brother, man? It's because I didn't want to mix up my channel, Gary. You know, there's a whole lot, man. I've got so much up here that I want to share. But I didn't want, you know, Sunshine Shoulders is about the Philippines. You know, I didn't want to start doing motivational videos and all of that on Sunshine Shoulders. Remember the definite purpose. See, as long as I keep that definite purpose there, I'm going to be fine. So I've just got an outlet for my creativity over here. And I want to get Marilyn involved too, because see, Marilyn is a fitness guru, man. She's got perfect form. Believe it or not, guys, I suggested to Marilyn long before Sunshine Shoulders. She'll tell you. I said, you know, you ought to start a fitness channel on YouTube to kind of inspire other Filipinas to, you know, to work out, because, you know, the women over here, a lot of them are busy, man. They don't have time to work out because she has perfect form. She's dedicated, man. And I asked her to do that. So now she'll be able to do it. And one thing I noticed over here, or anywhere really, if you get involved with your partner, if y'all get involved in something together, it creates a bond too. You draw closer together. It kind of inspires her. See, now she's going to do it because I'm going to be on there with her. I'm going to help her. But it's really it's just another channel for my creativity, man. I got so much going on up here. When I quit drinking, all that came back. And it's just so much I just want to get out there. And people always tell me, they say, man, you know, you're living the life I want to live. And I just want to show them, you know, it doesn't come for nothing. There's a price you have to pay, but I'm not the only one. There's a lot of guys over here, you dirty puppy bag. Well, he's, you know, when he's over here, he goes back and forth, but I want to show people how I did it. I want to inspire them. You know, it doesn't have to be the Philippines. Just like Neil said, there's so many other places. One guy said, come to the DR, wherever it is. I just want to inspire you to take that extra step, go an extra mile. Do whatever it takes to get to wherever you're trying to go. We trying to get something for nothing. It just ain't going to happen. Robert Dame says, are you going to blame me because I have options? Yeah, see, that's what it is. They get mad at me, you know, because I got a brother who's like a black nationalist. He got a PhD and all of that. He won't, I never marry, a white woman or nothing. I don't want a sister. So he looks at me because I've left the United States and, basically with Filipino women, he's looking at me like I'm weak some kind of way. I'm like, well, it's not my business what you think about me. The earth is 197 million square miles. There's 7 billion people on the planet. If you split that in two, that means there's 3.5 billion women. The United States is 4% of the population. So that would mean you split that in half. So that means 2% of the women are in the United States. I'm supposed to settle for that. I'm supposed to say, okay, well, the universe has created 98%. I'm just supposed to turn my back on the other 98% of the women, who, by the way, is probably where my soulmate is, somewhere in that 98% versus the 2% that I'm living with in America. All we're really doing, the woman he's married to was married before. He was married before 2 or 3 times. She's probably been married 2 or 3 times. See, I don't want that. And, if you want to call me weak for that, then I'm sorry. Malcolm McNichols says, a black man, no matter what race of women you have kids with, those kids will be black. Yeah, that's just the way it is. If you want to, we're all from Africa. No matter where you're from, we're all from Africa. Bill Smith says, your show yesterday was kind of depressing. I'm confused on how you think a guy should meet a Filipino. Please clarify on how a guy in the U.S. can meet one. Well, I'm just saying it's a script, Bill. I didn't mean it to be depressing. I just put that out there. One guy says, oh, women have a script all over the world. Yeah, but we don't think that the Filipina has a script. We look at the Filipina, guys, let's be honest. We think she's meek and weak and soft, and that's why we come over here. But she's not. You got to be tough to make it over here. And a lot of them, the single mothers, they even tougher. So I'm saying, because I'm trying to share my experience with you, Bill, to make your trip here more enjoyable, but above all things, safer. So a lot of us, like me, I don't care about that script. You know why? Because I like the role that I play in the script. I like my role. As long as you like the role in the script, what are you worried about? And if you don't like your role, then rewrite the script like I told you. You can rewrite it. Most of us, Bill, we meet women online. Okay, believe it or not, that's how most of us meet Filipinas, online. We don't come over and chat them up. 98% of us meet the Filipina that we eventually be with online. So if you're going to meet her online, you want to know something. I'm just trying to share some things to make your chances of meeting the right one better. Like when I said, thanks for the super chat, by the way, if I didn't say it. When I said, if you get on that dating site and those women that are already there on the dating site, leave them alone. Because you're not the only one on the dating site. There's thousands of men on there, so they're chatting up these men too, no matter how many's online. Go to a profile where the woman's not online and she hasn't been online for 2 or 3 days. Leave her a message there. If she gets back with you, then this is who you want to pursue. This is the ones, guys. This is what I'm telling you. This is just one of the ways of finding you a good woman. Online, it takes patience. If you're not patient, you're going to get the wrong one. Because Filipinos, first of all, a lot of them are working. The good ones, they're working. They don't have time to be online all the time. They make those profiles when they get a chance to get online. Okay. They don't have money to go to the internet cafe. So they're not on there all the time. They don't have Wi-Fi where they live. So how's these other women up here They're online all the time. That's a red flag. But no, it wasn't depressing. I'm just sharing with you what I'm seeing. This is just my perspective, but it's a script because every woman that I've ever dealt with over here, it's always went that way. I'm just sharing with you what what I've noticed. Every last one, it went that way. Okay. She chose me online. I didn't choose her. We met and got acquainted. When I got here, we started living together like we've been knowing each other for years. Okay, like husband and wife. And then they would start to talking about, hey, what's your plans for us? Or what's your plans for me? The visa, marriage, and all of that. And then I'll go back home and I'm supporting them. Every last one of them been like that. And every last guy I've talked to, it's been the same way. That's called a script. Hey, Coach Cheese, 233, thanks for that super chat. Said, Cal, thank you for the content. Man, thank you, brother. This is brother down in Orlando, Florida, the one I told you that really, he's focused. He has a definite purpose. He doesn't go out and all of that. If he wants to go, and waste money. Because he said down in Orlando, Florida, you can easily spend $80 or $100 at the club. He said, I'll take $25. I'll go out to the damn movie by myself. John Gomez says, you think Maryland could teach the language on the shorts of YouTube? Yeah, that's a good idea. But there's a real good channel. I forgot the name of it. Where a lady, she does that already. I mean, it's really simple. But Maryland's a good teacher. It's best to have them write it down for you. Because that's what she did to me. She's the only woman I've ever dealt with over here. It's easier when they write it down and sit there with you and then you pronounce it. They try to get you to pronounce it the right way. And then she has what it means. That's the easiest way to learn the language over here. Neil said, Bill Smith, Calvin's experience was not depressing, it was inspiring. We need to understand we are responsible for our internal drama. Yeah, get your inner self fixed and external factors will not bother you. Yeah, I just try to share my boots on the ground experience, guys. That's all I'm doing. I'm not trying to complicate it. Keep it simple. I just tell you stuff that flashes through my mind that I think that is interesting and it might help you. Because ego is what drives a lot of us. And that's why we get mad if somebody says something that we don't like. Our ego goes crazy. And, when you say stuff like, the Philippines is interested. Imagine somebody pushing back and arguing with. That's because they haven't been over here. You come over here and you hear me say, like, the Filipina, she's interested in us, because she wants a better life. Initially it's financial. Okay. Now, it's finance. Now, does it go into romance? Yeah, a lot of times it does, but it's up to you to take it to that romance. They'll get mad at me for saying that. They'll say, no, my Filipino wanted me for me. Why? Well, she wants you for you. She wants you to take care of her, man. She started struggling over here. Hey, Jonathan S., thanks for the super chat. He said, Cal just sent 3 short messages, but forgot to do a super chat, brother. That's okay, man. It's, but see, I'm glad you brought that up. For guys who say, this is why YouTube made this. A super chat or super sticker is to get your comment recognized, to put it out there. And it's a way for you to support your favorite YouTubers. Okay. They created that. I'm not smart enough to create that, but that's the reason they do it. Because I'm going to tell you guys, there's so many comments over here There's no way. Even if I went in order, I wouldn't miss all of them. So what they do is they got old comments that they got new comments that I can click on, and it'll take me to the new comments that just came in. And that's what you really have to do. There's no way you can keep up with this. There's 250 people watching this. Rastanati, thanks for the super chat. He said, hello, Calvin. Every relationship is a script. We only need to know how to play our part. Don't get taken to the cleaners. Yeah, I believe that. But see, Rastanati, here's why I want guys to know it's a script over here. Because we're not expecting it. We're thinking something totally different about the Philippines over here and the Filipina. Because we look at all these channels, nobody's really giving you the nitty gritty. Nobody tells you stuff like that but me. It's a script, guys. And they know it. Every last one of them know it. Every last person that's been over here in the Philippines that visited me has went that script. Okay? But it's no problem if you like your role. I like my role in the script. I like the role that I'm playing. I don't have a problem with it. See? But we try to get something for nothing. Look, guys, I'm 59 years old. There's no way I'm going to have a nice-looking 40-year-old woman like Marilyn in America. Even though I was earning over $100,000 a year, it wasn't happening. Man, that wasn't enough to get the attention of that demographic. I probably would have had to double that. Then I attract a 40-year-old, nice-looking woman, fit, feminine, and educated. See? But over here, I'm happy, man. I know how fortunate I am to have a woman like that. So I'm not gonna rock the boat too much. I'm not gonna be a wimp. I'm not gonna let anybody push me over. But I know the game. I'm willing to play the game because I'm my own man. I earn my own money. I earn my own living. I already told y'all what to do. You come over here and you create the life that you want. Then you put the woman in the middle of it. You don't build the life around her. No woman is my guide. I'm sorry, man. Hey, thanks, RC and Jax, for the super chat. He said, yo, Cal, nice job on the Vagabond channel interview. Love you, brother. Back to Palawan in November to check on the farm. Getting things set up for retirement soon. Get your money right, guys. Yeah, have a plan. See, Vince, this is what I'm saying. You can't just bounce around, guys. You got to have a plan. And, man, I'm going to tell you something. I'm getting ready to make a video about that. It came across my mind today. We got to have some goals when we get over here. What are you going to do when you get over here? You're just coming over here just to kick back and that's it? Or do you got something you trying to do over here? I think we always should have goals in every phase of our life to keep it going, man. To give your life some type of interest, just like a reason to get up in the morning. You dirty puppy, thanks for that super chat. I hope you understand that I'm not a participant of the script. Well, I don't know about that. That'd be hard for me to believe. But I can't tell people what to think, man. That's not what I'm trying to do when I say that. Don't take this stuff personal if it doesn't apply to you. But, from what I see, just from what I'm seeing on the outside, man, it just looks like the script. It doesn't, I don't know what else it could be. I don't know why your woman, a nice looking woman like that would want to date a man 8,000 miles from home. I don't get it. There's a reason that they meet us, guys. It's not because we're nice looking and all of that, because there's nice looking men over here that are successful that they could have. Don't make me roll up of it. Thanks for that super chat. He said, all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Absolutely. So that goes along with what I was saying. Don't complain if you're not going to do anything about it. Maybe we need to step our game up, guys. Is that what it is? Are women supposed to just accept us for, for where we are at the moment? If I'm 5'3", 280 with one eye, I'm supposed to get Beyonce over there? And that's the way we think. But like Neil said, if you do your research and you look around, you'll be like, man, look, these women over here, they're traditional, they're old-fashioned. They don't really care about what I look like. They're more interested in my character and can I take care of her? And that's where the Philippines comes in handy. I'll be the first to tell you, man, I'm not going to win any beauty contest, but I think I deserve more than a Big Shirley. And if I got to go out here to the 98% of the women and find somebody, then that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. We can't, but that's what we're doing. And see, we put the Filipina in a position she's not used to being in, where she's the center of attraction and all of that. It's uncomfortable, man, for a lot of the women over here. I'm just going to tell you that, man. If you don't rise up and assume your position, your place in the natural order of things over here, she's going to leave you. She's going to tire of you. I don't care how much money you got. And if you got money, she'll stay there, but she's going to have somebody on the side. Hey, Franz, what's up, brother? Thanks for that super chat. Brother Cal, we need to throw a big party on your victory over the trolls. Well, it's probably brief, but hell, we'll be having a party every month because I'm going to keep on winning over them clowns, But yeah, I'm thinking about having something. I want to do it for Labor Day, but hell, that's next Monday. Isn't that? No, let's see. Today's the 25th, 26th. No, it won't. It'll be the following Monday. I might be able to do it. Yeah, but see, he says, Derek Greenway, there's a middle and upper class of Filipinos that are available, a topic that's not discussed often. But you have to understand, what do you mean by to us? Because we're coming from the West. The middle class over here is about anywhere between $500 per month and $1,500 per month. Okay. But you dirty puppy, you're getting, that's Western thinking. A lot of guys, we're already established. We don't need that. That doesn't do anything for us. Okay, she's middle class and upper class. What does that do? If I got a beautiful woman beside me, like Marilyn, with a college degree, she's educated. No, she's not middle class because she doesn't earn that much money. Why should I care? Because I'm my own man. I don't need a woman that's all middle and upper class. What is that? Put an extra star in my cap? Come on, guys. We got to get away from that. I'm not competing against anybody. 500 or 1,500. I mean, okay, so what's that mean? Don't you realize something? And I wrote this down. There's Filipinos over here who are celebrities, guys, who have met regular Joes over here, moved to their country. There was just one in the paper over here, a celebrity over here who has a life made in the shade. Met a regular guy. I don't know how they met, online, whatever it was. Moved to Australia. Now she's working as a waitress in a restaurant. There's more to it, guys, than this upper class and middle class stuff. Maybe because we're different. I don't know, but it doesn't make guys any better because they come over here. That's a tiny percentage of women that you're going to run after, guys. That's why I don't discuss it, because it's so few that you're going to meet. They're not on the dating sites, by the way. That's what I told you on Tuesday. These women that he's referring to, they're not on the dating sites, and that's how we meet the women here, on dating sites. So, I mean, if it makes you feel good, um, that your woman is educated, she's a professional. It doesn't matter. I'm getting the same thing that you're getting, whether she's got a college degree or not. The culture over here is so thick. I did a video a long time ago. Maybe I need to do it again. A good Filipina is as good as it gets. There's no upgrade over here. You got a good Filipina, man. You wasting your time throwing her back and go and get another one, because if you do get a good Filipina, all you're going to be doing is starting over. It's as good as it gets. I don't care if she's only got a grade school education. If she's a good woman, she meets your expectations, you're compatible, everything is everything. Doesn't matter if she's middle class or upper class. That's the kind of stuff that keeps us single over there. Why do we want to bring the expectations we're running from over here? Don't do it. David S., thanks for that super chat. He said, Calvin, your content has been very encouraging. Your boy has booked his first flight out of the USA in 18 years, going to Colombia in October and Philippines in November. Wow. Keep up the good work, big brother. Thanks. Franz Pracio Jr., congratulations, by the way, because I went to Cartagena, Colombia. I don't know if that's where you're going. But Franz Pracio Jr., he came over here. It was the first time he ever flew out of the United States, ever. He came to the Philippines. He stayed 4 months. Even if you're not going to meet a woman, you're not trying to get married, romance, or anything, I would still say travel. The Navy was the best decision I ever made. One of the best I ever made, because it took a little boy from the country and exposed him to the world. I was never the same when I came home. I just wanted to get back out there. Situations being what it was, I didn't leave again until I was well in my 40s before I left the country again. But I would say, even if you're not looking for romance, get out of there. See the world. Oh, you dirty puppy says, I was commenting on the many rich Filipinos available in San Carlos City that do need your charity. Oh, that don't need my charity? Is that what you're saying? Oh, that's what you're saying. Yeah. If that's what you're saying, maybe I misinterpreted what you were saying, because one thing that Franz said, that who else said? A lot of guys noticed that there's a lot of well-to-do people in San Carlos City. There's people with money. Right around the corner from me, there's South Villa 1, 2, and 3. I'm talking about, these are subdivisions that I can't afford to live in. You have to be earning the kind of money you earn in the United States to live over here and build these type of houses. They're the cost of these houses are on the level of the cost of a house in America. Okay, yeah, he said do not. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, and I'm going to tell you something. This is why I say about when you come over here, it doesn't really matter about whether she's middle class or high class. You're going to get a Filipina with all the high class Filipina and the Filipino with a high school education, right? They have the same characteristics, the same qualities that we've fallen in love with, guys. So I'm just trying to help you. Because you're not going to, I'm telling you, you'll say what you'll do 8,000 miles away, but you're not going to come over here and meet some of these beautiful women with a high school diploma or a teacher's degree. You're not going to throw her back because she's earning 10,000, 12,000 pesos per month. You're not going to do it. If you want to come over here and look for those type of women, then go ahead. But she's not going to be any different than the woman from the province. You're not going to get anything more than what I'm getting. Probably less. Yeah, there's no out of stock here. And RVRV, I think he's a Filipino, if I'm not mistaken. He surely lives here. And he's the one who said on the live stream Tuesday, he was like, yeah, there's a Signal 3 that's happening up in Luzon. And he was right. This was Tuesday, he was saying. Because I was talking about how diverse the weather patterns are in the Philippines. I said, well, hell, it's sun shining. The sun is shining outside. And he said, yeah, there's a Signal 3. Because some guys, seem to think that the weather's all the same over here. It's not. It's just like in America. It's just as diverse over here. And guys don't believe it. So you get over here and be here for a while. It's just as diverse over here as it is in America. There is no one Philippines. Filipinos, they run the gamut. The way they look, their financial situation, the whole 9 yards. And I think we get that twisted. We think there's one Philippines, but it's not. I did a video. Back when I first came out, I said, "Which Philippines are you talking about?" Franz Bracio Jr., thanks for that super chat. He said, "Yeah, Calvin, the first time I did 4 months. This time around, it'll be for a long, long time. I'll see you soon, brother." Yeah. See, but you're young, man. You way ahead of where I was when you got over here. And that's why I was telling Alex. We were talking before the interview he did with me. Imagine, he's 35 years old. He got off the hamster wheel at 29. I'm like, man, when I was 29 years old, I was getting high, drinking. Even when I was 35, that's when I stopped. I wasn't even thinking about leaving America. I was still chasing the American dream. Franz is like 42 or something. I mean, these guys are, man, this is the difference between their generation and mine. Because he could actually be my son. He's young enough to be my son. King Wesley says, hey, was wondering if you'd share what you think about the $3,000 myth. Yeah, I did. That's the video I did. I'm saying it's just a myth. You don't need to earn that much because most of us don't earn anywhere near that over here to live a good life, but it just depends on who you are. Okay. I said this. Budgets are like assholes. We all got one. Some are tighter than others. And that's all it is. I don't know your lifestyle. I don't know what you like to do, who you hang around with, where you go. Do you smoke? Do you drink? What do you do? So for me to say, oh, you need 3,000, you can live off 3,000 in America. You're defeating the point of saying that if you have 3,000 over here, you're gonna live like a king. According to the Philippine Statistics Association, if you earn $3,800 US per month in the Philippines, you're considered rich. Okay, when I made that video, go on there, you're gonna see in the comments, oh, I can live good in Texas off that. We're not saying you can't, but you're not considered rich. You're considered rich over here at $3,800 per month. I don't know any Filipino that isn't rich, that isn't earning that kind of money. That's a lot of money, okay? So 3,000, you're right up there. Imagine you 3,000, okay? Let's just say you got 3,000. You got a nice place over here, but 300 per month is your rent. Let's say another 150 for your electric bill, another 10 for your water bill. Then let's say another, let's be generous. Let's say another 400 for your food. But that's your living expenses right there. That's nowhere even near 1,000. you're talking about, let's see, 4, 2, 6, 750, something about $760 for your living expenses. Now you've got $2,240 left in the Philippines, by the way, where you can get, I mean, you can go to Boracay from here, that it wouldn't cost me, it would cost me 200 for the bus, another 200 pesos, by the way, for the bus, another 100 for the ferry to Iloilo, and then another 400 on the bus. So that's what, $15 to go to Boracay over here. Now we're talking lifestyle. What are you gonna do with your time, with your money? But to say you need 3,000, no. Then you put in your immigration fees. You know, you're gonna have your emergency fund. You know, you gotta have that ticket to get back home. But hell, you can do that the first month you're here. So then all the preceding months, that money's just going to be stacking up, man. If you live over here, all things being equal, nothing happens, and you have $3,000, man, you got to have a lot of money saved up by the end of the month. Infinite Lou says, wow, that's cheap. Jay Tom says, well, more like a marquise than a king, to be fair. Now, you can live like a king. If you're in San Carlos City, see, it depends on where you live. Well, Manila, maybe you're marquise. If you're in San Carlos City, you're living like a king for $3,000 per month over here. And you live in some places like that. Yeah. Timothy Bright said, Calvin, man, the media is on fire with American women talking bad about men. They don't need us. Say bad things about the old ways of grandma, granddads. Now they say, leave with your passport. Well, that's what I'm doing. See, I'm not going to put up with it. There's no sense in complaining, Timothy. We're not going to do anything about it. I mean, it's their laws, not mine, but is it their fault? Maybe we're not living up to their standard or the standard of the man over there. Maybe we're not the provider, the protector, the maintainer that we should be. And they're saying, okay, if you only earn a minimum wage, then you got to turn flips. You got to jump through hoops. You got to run around in circles if I'm going to deal with you. So, you know, maybe it's time we need to step our game up over there. King West said, asking as a gay man. Okay, what were you saying? Well, see, this is becoming, the Philippines is becoming, okay, he was asking as a gay man. It's the go-to place for a lot of the gay men from the West because the Philippines is way ahead of America and the West when it comes to tolerating gay people and really accepting them. It's no big deal over here. I used to live in a squatters area in that's where my wife is from, in Zamboanga City. And there's a transgender. He dresses like a woman. And he has he has a German boyfriend. I don't know if they're married now or not. But I asked the German guy, I said, hey, why you come to the Philippines? Why you like it here so much? I thought he was going to say the same stuff everybody else says, all the people, the hospitality. He said, no, he said, when I come here, I can be with my lover and be myself. He said, no one's going to do a double take. No one's going to harass me. We can walk down the street holding hands and no one's going to think anything about it. And he's true. And he's telling the truth. But yeah, as a gay man, you come over here, they're not going to look at you twice. This is going to be just like anybody else over here. They're way ahead of us. Now, have they created laws? No, because of the influence of the Catholic Church on society over here. But boots on the ground, they don't care, man. Filipinos are the best neighbors. They don't give a damn who you are. Just don't come over here starting no trouble. And respect people. Mind your own business. Miss Brewer says, I'm starting to wonder if I've waited until my health is interfering. America's swirling the boat. I would get my health together first. Anybody that's thinking about moving over here, what difference would it make if you can enjoy yourself over here? But I tell you what, the Philippines, there's a healing power over here. You may not believe me, but it is. We're so
Hey guys, it's a brownout, and um, I'm gonna have to get off here. I want to thank everybody for your super chats, your super stickers, your thumbs up, all your support of Sunshine Shoulders. I really, really appreciate it. But yeah, we've got a brownout, and this phone, I don't have enough data on this phone to keep going. It was getting close anyway. Um, yeah, I cut out because of the brownout. But y'all can see the weather's nice out here. Yeah, take care, everybody. Try to help somebody today if you can. And look forward to that interview with me and Marilyn. We're going to talk about what it takes to have a great relationship over in the Philippines. But it's not going to be a conventional interview, man. It's really going to be nice. You're going to enjoy it. You're really going to get to meet Marilyn for the first time. But the only way I could get her to do it was to do it the way that I'm going to do it. So thank y'all so much. I really, really appreciate it. Take care. Stay safe. Stay COVID free. I'll see y'all next time.